Hey everybody, Chris with Night of Living Card Games, back again for my next episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So we have done Maria Hill against Black Widow, Nick Fury against Batroc. We did Shuri against MODOK. So that leads us to Silk against Citizen V and the Thunderbolts. So I put together a Silk Justice deck, and for the scenario, obviously you have to pick one Thunderbolt encounter set plus one per player, so that's two. So I pick the two back of the pack ones for this wave, Atlas and Joystick. So let's see which one starts in play with us and which one is off to the side. All right, we are getting Joystick engaged with us. And let's see here for setup. Yada, yada, yada. The Thunderbolt explaining how that works. We got the board members. They had no secrets, so we leave them there. We've got the aim interference in there. And then resolve the mulligans on each evidence card the player has earned. All right, so the three that I have, move this over here, is we've got the travel, which after the mulligan, that allows us to get a justice support, add a secret to get a justice support, and shuffle it in the deck, or add one threat to the main to get a justice support and add it to their hand. I'm not going to do that one. We've got medical records, which add one secret to a board member and get a protection ally, shuffle into their deck, add one threat to the main to search their deck for a protection ally, add it to their hand. Not going to do that. Security scanner. Each player may add one secret counter to a board member and search their collection for a different aggression ally and shuffle it into the deck. Each player may add one threat to the main scheme to search their deck for an aggression ally, add it to their hand. I am going to do this one, and I am going to go get Spider-Woman's the aggression version of Spider-Woman. We will put the secret on the Chief Tactical Officer. So that's after the mulligan, so... Alright, so what do we got here? We got a wall crawler. We got to clear the area. We got investigative journalism, Spider, Smooth as Silk, and Lady Spider. Well, investigative journalism does me no good. Lady Spider is too expensive. Wall Crawler I'm not going to need. I'm going to keep Smooth as Silk. So, full disclosure, I've tried this game a few times on Octagon. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around Silk and her mechanics. It seems awful fiddly, and I'm just not seeing a lot of payoff with it. So, but I just need more time with her to figure her out. But I'm going to keep this because what I found, at least in this scenario, what seems the only way I've gotten it to work is I basically need to rush the Thunderbolt that's out and go all in on that. So I'm going to keep Smooth as Silk. I'm going to keep Clear the Area. And I'm going to keep Spider for right now. That gives us three more, which gives us Organic Webbing, Sense of Justice, and another Clear the Area. All right, so now I can do this setup, so I would shuffle it into the deck, but I'm going to choose to also add one threat to the main, since I've got Clear the Area in my hand, to add it to my hand. And since this is the only aggression ally I have, I'm not even going to bother to, shuffle my deck and whatnot. So, all right. So, how am I going to do this? All right. So I'm going to do Smooth as Silk to get a card from Joystick's thing. I'm going to do Clear the Area, which will draw me a card. So I think the other option... All right, so let's flip up, first of all. Now I'm going to do Smooth as Silk, so choose an enemy or scheme in play. I'm going to choose Joystick, and I'm going to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a card from the same encounter set until you discard a card from the same encounter set and tuck it beneath Silk. So I'm looking for the extreme risk. Nope, 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 nope. No, that's Atlas. No. Yes. All right. So I tuck this one underneath. I'm just going to keep this up here for me. Now we'll see how many times I forget when I resolve a treachery or do a finish a side scheme to tuck that under, that I can tuck that under. All right. So my options here are, do that, then I clear the area. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is, organic webbing is nice, but gives me a +1 thwart. I don't really have anything that cares about aerial, and since I'm doing a rush style and a justice deck, I've got other thwarting cards, so I think I'm going to use that. And Spider Woman to pay for a sense of justice. Then I'm going to use Sense of Justice to pay for Clear the Area to remove 2 threat from here. And that draws me a card, which is a Genius. Oh, that's nice. And so then I'm going to spend Genius to get Spider out. Or SPDR, I suppose. And Spider is going to actually attack Atlas. The reason being, I want to keep Atlas over here until I can get my big damage stuff out here, because I don't want to be taking a three damage attack. All right, so that puts 1 on Spider. And I'm going to hold on to clear the area for the next one. Oh, I still got this. You know, actually, do I... Yeah, we're going to chance it. We're going to actually do the Spider's damage to Joystick, and then I will do my 2 damage to Joystick. Because I'm going to have to attack her over here to take her out anyway, so... Alright, so I'm holding on to this. I'm drawing 5 cards. Or drawing up to 5s. Clear the area. My Justice Spider-Woman, Pivotal Moment, Spider-Man, and Albert Moon. Okay. Villain phase. We get 1 on the main. Citizen V would activate, but because I'm engaged with Thunderbolt, he heals instead. He's at full, doesn't matter. Joystick comes and attacks me. So Joystick is a 1/1 with Villainous, but it has a forced interrupt. When Joystick activates against you, I have to choose. Either give her 1 additional boost card for this activation, and then I get to draw a card, or I give her a tough status card. So I'm going to give her 2 boost cards, and I'm going to draw a card myself, which is a Wall Crawl. And I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take this 1. So tagging for base 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have to do the win revealed effect. Ugh. All right, so let me take care of this first. So 4. That knocks me down to 6. All right. So resolve this card's win revealed ability. Win reveal. Place 1 secret counter on each board member. You may spend up to X mental resources to prevent that. So I will spend 2. Man. I'm gonna just spend 2, and I will put 1 on Chief Medical Officer. And I have resolved this, so I'm going to put this. I have resolved the Treachery card. I'm going to put that under Silk. And now I get my regular Treachery card, which is Tap In. When revealed, engage the Thunderbolt minion with the least damage that is not engaged with you. That minion activates against you. Okay. And then after I resolve this, you know what? Spider's going to take this thing. So Atlas is swinging in for a base of 3, 4, 5, 6. Ouch. So Spider is definitely gone. I was hoping to bring Spider back to my hand, but that wasn't going to happen. All right, so that resolves that. So I'm also going to tap in under me. All right, so now end of round stuff happens. So at the end of the villain phase, I think I'll do the end of the villain phase first. We get a growth counter on Atlas. And then, oh, I gotta flip this over. And then at the end of the round, we put the Thunderbolt with the fewest hit points, which at this point is always going to be Joystick because Atlas is at 20 and he's just going to grow every turn. Okay, and heal a damage from them. So, all right. Okay, so my turn. We are going to spend 1 to clear the area. Take 2 thread off of this. Since it was the last card, it draws me a card. So I get a quick quip. I think what I am going to do is I am going to spend Quick Quip and Spider-Man, what's his, Paviter Prabhakar, to play a pivotal moment. So I get to attack for 2 damage or 5 damage. Oh no, that's the villain. Never mind. Never mind. That's absolutely worthless to me then. That's a bad include on my part. Oh well. Oh well, indeed. Okay, so I guess what I will do instead is we're going to spend these 2. Oh no, that's not a mental, so I can't even do that. That's hero action. Alright, well, this was a bad choice on my part. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to attack Joystick for 2. We're going to flip ourselves down. We're going to spend a pivotal moment and a quick quip to get Albert Moon out. And for Albert, I can exhaust him, and then I have a choice. I can either tuck the top card of the encounter deck under Cindy Moon, or I can heal 1 damage from Cindy Moon for each card tucked under her. I've got 3. I can only have a maximum of 4, so I'm going to exhaust and heal, getting me back up to 9 of 10. And I'm going to hold on to Peter here and then draw 5 more. Eidetic Memory, Strength, Energy, Warrior of the Great Web, and a Smooth as Silk. All right, villain phase. We get 1 on the main. He would activate, but because I'm engaged with Thunderbolt, he just heals, so nothing. So Atlas schemes for 1 plus, or 0 plus a boost, so just 1. And now we get an encounter card, which is Drawing Near. Force response. After your turn begins, discard the top card of your deck. Put 1 pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past for each printed resource. An alter ego action. Discard an identity-specific card, which I have 1 of. Oh, no, I have 2. To get rid of this. All right. So, that is done. So now end of phase, or end of villain phase. We'll put another growth counter on Atlas, so he's now at 22 hit points. And then, because Joystick still has the fewest hit points, she stays here, but heals 1. Alright, so now the player phase begins, so this triggers. So I put 1 on Pursued by the Past. I've got the new Pursued by the Past counters from Buy the Same Token on order. They're currently languishing away in the U.S. Customs Office in Chicago. They were supposed to be delivered like Monday of this week, like 4 or 5 days ago, but they've been stuck in customs. This happens to me every once in a while where I think they're just playing games with my tokens or something, because it just sits in customs for like a week or two. Go figure. All right. Excuse me. So I'm going to discard an identity-specific card. So I am going to choose to discard Eidetic Memory, mainly because I can't pronounce it correctly, to get rid of Drawing Near. I have resolved this card. Oh no, that's only a hero action, so this just goes away. I am now going to choose to do Cindy Moon's alter ego action, discard a card tucked underneath her to draw 2 cards. So I'm going to get rid of Tap In, and I draw a 4 Justice and a Warrior Web of Life and Destiny. Since I'm at 9 out of 10, I am going to use Albert Moon to take the top card of the encounter deck and tuck it under Cindy Moon, which is another energy truncheon, so I have 2 of them instead of healing. All right, now we're going to flip ourselves up. I think what we're going to do is we are going to spend strength to get rid of the secret on Chief Tactical Officer, and once you take a secret there, you get to deal 2 damage to an enemy. So there you go, Joystick. I am going to play Web of Life and Destiny for free because I am a Web Warrior. Then I'm going to spend 3 to get this Spider-Man out. He is a 3-cost 1/1/3, and he has a response after Spider-Man enters play. Remove 1 threat from a scheme for each Web Warrior card you control, including this card. So that technically is 3, but there's only 2 on here. All right, we are going to spend the energy to, actually, I gotta see. I don't think so, but I just want to make sure. For some reason, I thought there was a limit on the number of times you could do that. Apologize for that. Gathering Empresses. Quickly look. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. No. I don't see anything, so we're going to assume that I can. So we will do this, take the secret off there, and I guess we'll just heal the only character with damage, which is me. All right, we are now going to have Spider-Man deal 1 damage to Joystick. Swap out that, so we're up to 6 out of 17. And then we are going to punch for 2 ourselves, taking her to 8 out of 17. I haven't found my swinging web kicks yet to take her down, so all right, that is everything. Draw up to 5. Spider Reflexes, Outwit, Quick Quip, Get the Scoop, and J. Jonah Jameson. Still not my big attacks. All right, so villain phase. We get 1 on the main. Again, Citizen V does nothing. Atlas comes to attack. We're going to have Spider-Man jump in the way of it. So he is attacking for base 3, 4, 5. Spider-Man is defeated. Web of Life and Destiny triggers, allowing me to draw a card, which is that absolutely worthless Pivotal Moment. I completely forgot that is villain only. And now we get an encounter card, which is Aim Interference with the physical one. Well, that's good for that. You know what? I don't want any of them. And I don't care that much about Spider Reflexes at the moment, so we'll just spend 3 so nothing happens. Insight 1. So we get this. End of round, or end of villain phase, Atlas happens, and oh yeah, let's put Aim Interference here as well. And then Joystick heals one. All right then. What are we gonna do here? I think what we're gonna do is we are gonna spend Outwit and J. Jonah Jameson. Both of those are mental resources, so it fits a requirement for Quick Quip. So I get to deal a damage to a Web Warrior character you control, so I'll deal it to myself, and put up to 2 confused statuses on the villains. So we will confuse both of those, folks. We will then punch Joystick for another 2, slowly making it there. We're at 9 out of 17. Then we're going to flip ourselves down. We are going to discard... how's the deck looking? It's attached to the villain. We will discard one of these aim interferences to draw 2 cards. I think. No, you know what? We're going to hold off on that. The likelihood that I'm going to be able to do anything with that card is not very strong, so I guess I will heal the 1 from myself. All right, ready ourselves up. Drawing up to 6. There's my swinging leg kick, superpower training, my spider claws, 4 justice, and another 4 justice, and another worthless pivotal moment. All right, villain phase. 1 on the main. He would activate, but instead is confused. Because I think the status takes precedent over the forced interrupt. I think that's the order. Then Atlas would scheme, but is confused. So we get our 1 encounter card, which is Grow Invulnerable. When revealed, place 1 additional threat here for each growth counter on Atlas. Ugh. So we've got 8 threat on this crisis icon. Well, that's wonderful. And if Atlas has 10 or more growth counters on him, the players lose the game. So I either have to get rid of this, or I've got to take Joystick and Citizen B out in like 5 turns. All right, so that is the end of the phase. End of villain phase. Atlas gets another 1. Joystick heals the damage. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to get rid of an aim interference to draw 2 cards. Peter Parker and Quick Quip. Right. We will use Albert Moon just because to tuck the top card of the encounter deck, which is an Atlas card. There. We are going to flip ourselves up now. All right. We are going to spend superpower training, Quick Quip, and a 4 justice to play a swinging web kick. So, swinging web kick is deal 7 damage to an enemy. I'm going to choose to do that. So that takes us to 15 out of 17. And then you may discard a card tucked under Silk from the same encounter set as the enemy. If you do, it deals 2 additional damage and gains overkill. So I'm going to discard 1 of these energy truncheons to deal 2 additional damage. And now Joystick has 17 out of 17, so goes into the victory display. All right. I want to see something real quick. Sorry. Because I got Spider-Man here that I got to play. Yeah. All right. So I actually, instead of paying with Spider Claws, I paid for it with Spider Claws instead of Quick Quip, so I have 1 of every resource. So then I can bring Peter Parker out. Basically, I have to hold off. I can't damage Citizen V yet because I am still engaged here. So not a whole lot for me to do at the moment. I think I'm just going to not worry about that. So I don't know, let's attack Atlas for 2. Got nothing else to do. All right. So that is that. So we're going to ready ourselves up. Draw up to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have 1 card left in my deck. Okay, so we're getting 1 on the main. Citizen V still does not activate against me, heals instead. Atlas comes to attack me. I am going to defend. I think. Let me just check. So I can do 7, 8, 9. So I've got a swinging web kick in my hand. So that's 7, but I don't have any Thunderbolt cards underneath me right now, unfortunately. So I only get 7 out of this. Then 8, 9, and then if I ready up, 10, 11. Or I just take it to the face, and then in theory I would have enough to finish it. So let's just take it to the face. So 3, 4, 5. Down to 5. And now we get an encounter card, which is Dark Design. Place 1 counter on Pursued by the Past. Then, if it has any counters on it, the villain schemes. Well, instead of activating, he would heal instead. All right, now end of the phase. Atlas gets a 5th counter. And because there is no other Thunderbolt here, we tuck him over to Thunderbolt backup and heal a damage. All right, so our turn. We are going to punch for 2 because now that we are no longer engaged, I can start doing damage to him. So we punch for 2. Peter Parker picked a pack of pickled peppers. Hits for 2. So that takes us down to 8. And Peter Parker allows us to ready Silk. Silk will punch for 2, taking us down to 1. Or taking us down to 6. And now we will spend 3 for a swinging web kick. Deals 7 damage. Boom, boom. And Citizen V and those dastardly Thunderbolts have been defeated. All right, my last card was what? Clear the area. My 3rd clear the area. All right, so let's see here. What do I need to record on this one? If there are any Thunderbolt minions in play, I guess he is considered in play because I was able to attack him over here. So Atlas is. There are no secrets, so we get to pick 1 from here. What do we got? We got Authority, Evidence, Opportunity. All right, so we've got 2 evidence for means and now 2 for opportunity. So taking a look here. So medical records, and that is out. Okay, so the chief medical officer still has 2 options available. Surveillance officer. Okay, that one's gone. These 4 are gone. 5 are gone. So chief surveillance officer has 1 option. And chief tactical officer is completely in the clear. So medical officer has 2. Surveillance officer has 1. So the last scenario does have a chance to get more, to pick some more on there. Realistically, I need 1 more. Well, let's see here. So this one is, I need a motive. So I need to figure out the motive. So 1 is money. And then the other one is going to be, okay, so they are different. Great. So And we know it can't be the whatever this gray one is. So it's either the money or the flame. So one of those two are guaranteed to be in there. So all I need is one more and I'll be able to figure them out. So perfect. All right, well, it may be a while before I get to the next one since I am going to do, I think I'm going to do Winter Soldier for the last one. Winter Soldier up against Baron Zemo seems like a very thematic choice. So, and that doesn't release, assuming there's no delays, that doesn't release for another 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks from today as of the time of recording this video. So, if you made it this far, as always, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I didn't make too many mistakes. Like I said, I'm still trying to wrap my head around Silk. I've heard that she is stronger in multiplayer games where you have a little bit more time to get set up. Because obviously I didn't get any of her upgrades out, like her claws, her organic webbing. I didn't do anything with J. Jonah Jameson or outwit or reflexes. So she's got a lot of upgrades that can help boost her stats and everything. But when I tried this previously, if I focused on that, I quickly lost. I just couldn't keep up with everything that was happening, and I got too far behind and couldn't handle it. So again, she's okay so far, but I definitely need to get more games underneath her before I can say whether I'm a huge fan of hers or not. But anyway, so I think in the meantime, don't be surprised if you see like a one-off game or two from me in the next couple of weeks as I eagerly await for Falcon and Winter Soldier, currently scheduled to drop on June 20th. So otherwise, I'll just keep playing and having fun. So if you liked it, hit the like button. You want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If there's anything you want to see, since I got some one-off games coming up, leave me a comment. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll throw something together and play it. But as I said before, thanks for watching, and have a great evening, everybody.